Okay, so now we're in section 2.2. And we're going to do some exercises. We're going to kind of work through with our IntelliJ, helping you to understand these concepts. Okay, so let's get into it. Two dot two dot two Java packages. Line 1 of the program above package. Org.launch code Java, and it kind of breaks down for us right here what that package is. Declares the package in which the file resides. For this simple program, your code could run without this line. However, you want to get used to always declaring the package of your Java classes. Packages help to encapsulate your code. All right, encapsulate. There are 4 principles of OOP. And one of those principles is encapsulation, which means data hiding. The other 3 are abstraction, inheritance, and polymorphism. And we will go over that as we continue to work through the chapters. And I'll identify those for you as we go forward and help you understand the use cases. So, encapsulation refers to the practice of shielding your code from outside influences. It's an essential component of good object-oriented programming and package. Declaration in Java is just one application of this principle. Without declaring a package, a Java class exists within the default package in larger application, leaving all classes in the default package risk naming conflicts and bugs. So I'll explain to you and later on how this works. So right now, I just want you to remember that. Put a pin there. So let's go over the import 2.2.3 and import right here. What are we importing? The import statement in Java allows us to access the class, methods, and data stored in different files. Import tells the compiler that we're going to use a shortened version of the class name in this example. We're going to use the class java.utilScanner. Remember, see that? It's capitalized. All classes get a capital letter. But we can refer to it as just scanner. We could use the java.utilScanner class without any problems and without any import statement, provided that we always refer to it by its full name. So what that means is I don't have to just call it scanner. I can call this whole entire name java.utilScanner without importing it. And the compiler is smart enough to find it. So right here where you have scanner input, I will have to put this whole entire name in order for it to work if I'm not going to import it. But importing it just makes it simpler to write, so I don't have to keep putting java.util in the code. So we want to make our job as easy as possible, as much as possible as we can. Now, this idea bears repeating. This idea bears repeating. In Java, you can use any available class without having to import it. We put that in capital letters, without having to import it. But you must use the full name of the class, available classes included. So all the classes you define in the java.class file in your current working directory, all of the classes that get shipped with the software. So here, try it. In the sample code, we move the import statement in line 3 and change scanner on line 911 to java.utilScanner. The program should still compile and run. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to comment that out. And the shortcut on the PC is Control / on the Mac is Command /. And then I'm going to come down here and then I'm going to do this for scanner. You see it's in red, right? So now I have to paste that in there. And I'm gonna have to paste it in here. And I think that's it. So now let's go ahead and run this now. Boom, it still works. But notice I had to change it in every place. So what makes it easier is by me having just to import it so I don't have to keep putting all that extra work, writing all that code. So you want to minimize as much code as possible. The class naming system in Java is very hierarchical. The full name of the scanner class is really java.util scanner. You can think of this name as having two parts. Java.util is called the package, okay? Scanner is the class name that's inside that package. Like here, temperature converter is a part of this package right here. Now, we'll talk more about class naming systems a bit later. But first, let's declaring variables now. In the example above, line 7 and 9 contains variable declaration. 7, 8, and 9 right here. As you can see, we're declaring doubles for Fahrenheit, double for Celsius. And then the scanner is the class, and we're declaring input. So pay attention how we're doing this. Notice that we're using scanner as a class. Since Java is statically typed language, we must always declare data type for any variable. Line 7 and 8 establish that Fahrenheit and Celsius will hold values of type double. In line 9, the variable input references a scanner object. Key, reference. Remember how we reference classes? We normally use the new keyword. Okay, think about that. And we see it right there on line 11. If later in the code we try to initialize Fahrenheit with a string, we know the compiler is going to throw an error because Fahrenheit is declared to be a double. The following error is common for new Java programmers. Suppose we forget to include the declaration for Celsius. What happens when we try to compile and run the program? They want us to try it. You always want to try the code. That's how you learn. All right. Edit your temperature converter class by removing line 8. So I'm going to comment that out. As you can see, what does it do over here? Something changed over here. Where's Celsius? Is there a Celsius right here somewhere? Right there. There it is. I was looking where it commented it out. Here we go. You have that red. I know I have an error. Now we're going to click run. See, it gives me an error. So I can click run down here too, just in case you didn't know that. And it's telling me, can I find symbol variable Celsius? Can I find symbol variable Celsius? Can I find it? So alternatively, use the terminal to navigate to the parent directory of temperature.java class and run temperature.java, which we just did that. Yep, we just did that. Your terminal will return some errors that resemble this. All right, that's what it says. It should resemble that. All right. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it from here first. Let's run it from up there. I just reran the other one. Okay, so here it's not giving me that. There it is. There it is. Right there. It gives me that line 16 and 17. Here it's saying 16 and 9, but it didn't give me the 9. So it's giving me the error and everything. You just have to expand that to see everything. But it's just giving you a different syntax. That's all. Error message. But it's the same thing. These two compiler errors occur before the program runs. The values in the parentheses give the lines numbers and text columns where the error was found. In this first description, line 16, column 9, the Celsius variable before the equal is flagged. It's flagged before the equal is flagged. All right, here it is right here. I missed this one too. There it is. So it's flagged. So that means we have an error. I have two places where it's the error. Now, it's usually meaning that the variable was not declared before we tried to initialize it with a value. That's why, because we never initialized it. So it doesn't know. The second error message, line 17, column 64, occurs because we use Celsius before it has been assigned a value. It's so important to understand what these errors mean and what IntelliJ is telling you. It's giving you a lot of hints, so you're able to go and find where your problem is coming from. So it's in your best interest to get familiar with this tool. No, when using an IDE such as IntelliJ, your work is typically checked by the IDE's built-in compiler as you write your code. Errors are often usually indicated by the IDEs as you type. This avoids having an explicitly compile your code before finding errors. Nice, huh? The red colors of Celsius variables indicate errors. We just saw that. Now, the general rule in Java is that you must decide on the data type of your variables first, and then declare that variable before you use it. There is much more to say about the static typing of Java, but for now, this is enough. Note, as in other languages, Java allows you to declare and initialize your variables in the same line, like so, right here. Just like in JavaScript, we can put it all on one line. Let me comment that back in. The error goes away. So up here where we have the Fahrenheit, where is it at? Fahrenheit input. Okay, down here. It's saying that I can put that up here, right? And then all I will have to do is just do Fahrenheit. So right here, Celsius, double Celsius, I can do it right here. So I can put this up here. Let's see how this works. I'll comment that out. Copy that. All right. So let me see here. So it says, as in other languages, Java allows you to declare and initialize your variables in the same line, but it's giving me an error right here. So let me see what's going on. Let me click on this drop down. It says initialize variable Fahrenheit. So it's initializing the Fahrenheit to be 0 right here. Let me see, what was that at first? So it wants me to initialize it. So the reason why I'm getting that error, I have to initialize. And this, look at this tool right here. This is helpful. So by me clicking on that, I initialize it at 0. Now see what happens if I run this. See if it'll work. All right, 2. Oops. Wait a minute. Temperature in Celsius is -17. Oh, okay. Let's see. Let's explore this for a second. Why is this happening? Let me make sure. So as in other languages, Java allows you to declare and initialize your variable in the same line. All right. So it's allowing me to declare and initialize in the same line. But okay, so right here, let's look at this drop down. It's telling me to remove this right here. So what happens? Let me do something here. Let me copy this. Let me go up here. So that's not going to work because input is being declared. Right here is being declared before input. So that's not going to work. So here my Fahrenheit is not reading. Enter the temperature of Fahrenheit. And it's not giving me what I expected. right? If I put that up here. Interesting. Let me think about this for a sec. Note, as in other languages, Java allows you to declare and initialize your variable in the same line. So what does that mean? Right here, I can go ahead and then I can declare and initialize it down here. I don't have to initialize it at the top. So if I put double down here, if I type double, and then let me comment this one out for right now, and then let me run it. Enter in, oh, maybe down here. It still works. So I can do it down here as well. All right. So what I'm going to do, because this video is getting long, I'm going to end the video here, and then I'm going to pick it back up in 2.2.5. So you may want to go back and go over this again. That's okay. But remember, the more you practice, the more you improve. See you in the next part of this.